Welcome back to Bless the Bitties, Season 16, Episode 2. Madeline, how say you?
Happy to be here, Jesse. Back to you.
Great, thanks, Madeline. So, we are back, better than ever, and also, we got some biddies.
Some bitty bitties. Some itty bitties.
We got some fucking biddies. The temperature has changed. We are cold-hearted biddies at this point. We got the heaters going.
Multiple heaters. Multiple.
We got what are they, beds? Cradles?
Got little cat beds at my new favorite store, Five Below. Someone else's favorite store now.
Yeah, I went there. I was the only male there, except for one guy. There was one guy there. Guess where he was? In the weight section. The kettlebell section.
Oh, the gym stuff.
He was doing reps in the store. Like a crazy person.
Do you think he was there alone, or was he with somebody and was just like, all right, I'll be over here waiting for you. Let me know when you're done.
I can answer that question very clearly.
Yes. No. What?
He was wearing a tank top.
So he was there to work out. Is that what you're saying?
I am hoping that is not the case, but he was doing sets in the Five Below.
And breaking a sweat?
I didn't check for his temperature or his brow precipitation. But
was he out of breath?
He was continuing his reps of 10. Now, your theory of maybe his girlfriend was shopping and he was like, fuck it, I'm just going to get these reps in as long as I'm here. That makes sense. But
like, so he came prepared? He took off his shirt and had an undershirt underneath?
All I know is that he was wearing a sleeveless shirt while doing these reps in the corner of Five Below where the kettlebells were, which I bought an 8.5 pound kettlebell because it was $5. And now I'm going to be ripped. So be prepared. Just be prepared. Later that night, I think we went to dinner, and I wanted to take you on a nice dinner. I said, what are you in the mood for? And you said a big salad.
I did say a big salad.
And
I was craving a salad.
All right, Elaine Bennis. And I said, I could make you a fucking salad.
And then I said, boo, no fun.
Yeah. So.
Did we ever get that big salad?
We did not. So I went to a restaurant that I heard had great salads. And it was a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday, yes. A Wednesday night.
Wednesday evening. And I thought, oh, Wednesday evening should be a piece of piss to get into this place at 7:30. It's fine. There'll be no wait.
Wrong. We were absolutely wrong. We didn't know. And you were very hungry.
Yes.
By the way.
Yes.
Which you're never very hungry. And you wanted to go. We got there. There was like basically no parking. We were like, damn, like, I don't know. Maybe we should like make a reservation or something. Or like call them to see
how long the wait
would be.
I was thinking maybe, okay, it's a birthday party. They rented out the whole fucking place because that's how packed the parking lot was. And it was ridiculous for a fucking Thursday at a restaurant. That's what I meant, Wednesday. For a restaurant that is, while very nice, you don't need to go on a Wednesday. This is a Friday and Saturday night kind of place. and I was completely wrong. I was bamboozled.
They said that the wait would be an hour or so.
Yeah. I mean, who waits around for an hour? Like, they should bring bread to your car while you're waiting.
Here's some bread for your inconvenience. Don't spill the oil.
Oh, yeah.
It was an Italian restaurant.
Right.
And I was looking forward to saying my Italian words in Italian.
To a waiter or waitress that doesn't speak Italian.
You never know.
So, backup plan, another place.
Another place that was not Italian, but it was very good. Seafood.
Specializes in seafood. Again, we're not giving out any promos, any names of places now until they sponsor us.
Exactly.
So if you want your name to be mentioned on the show, Bonefish, you will have to contact us directly.
You get one free freebie. That's it.
This is your free ad. Bonefish Grill in Lafayette, Louisiana. So we went there, and good times. They had the paper over the table.
Because you know it was going to get messy.
And I did spill a few times while drinking out of my own beer glass.
Yes.
That was embarrassing. But also, it's because I put a lime in it. And the lime, I find now that I've been doing it in all my lagers.
You're a lime guy.
I'm a lime guy. And it's sort of lubricates the top of the sip of the cup where it kind of dribbles down your chin and makes you look stupid. And so I'm now conscious of that, and I will now.
Yeah, you did have a little lime on your beer.
I had a little.
I was like, what is that? And it was a piece of lime.
Yeah, it was not my most embarrassing moment, but also my most embarrassing moment of that moment.
Of that minute.
So then we ate on a paper top, and I wanted to draw on it because, I mean, it's like a giant canvas, and I was expecting them to bring us crayons.
Right, of course.
But it was a good meal, great meal, fabulous meal. Overtipped, fantastic.
Whoops.
Only had cash, didn't want to be a douchebag and say, hey, bring me back this much. So overtipped, but good times. She was a great waitress that we saw her for a total of 40 seconds.
And I think we said like 10 words to her. It was like our order and yes, thank you.
So we paid her $2
good day
per syllable, and it was good times. But the fact is, we got to have a nice dinner out. It was great. I was still reeling from my Packers loss.
Yes.
And basically our season is over. How would you describe last game? If, knowing what you know about the team, break down the Packers and their season so far, because it's basically the end of the season. This is like you giving the eulogy of the Packers season right now, in your eyes, because you've seen pretty much every game.
Yes, and I just feel like disappointed. And it's like you can't even really be mad because it's sports. But also it's like, really, like, this is how the Packers are going to end it. And I hate to blame people.
Oh, shit.
I don't like blaming people.
Here comes the bus. About to throw some people under this bus?
No, I'm just saying I don't like to blame people. People, sports reporters, always like to just add in a name. Just for what? Shock value? You say a name, associate yourself with this, People are going to start talking about it.
Yeah, the hot takes where people want to say something shocking. Like Skip Bayless. Aaron Rodgers is done as a quarterback in the NFL. I said it.
It's just such a bizarre statement to make. You're
Fire
just saying
Matt
things.
LaFleur.
You're just saying stuff. And it's hard because this is a team. The team should be blamed for what happened and what the outcome is. But there have been really good highlights throughout the season.
What's that rookie's name? That caught 5 touchdowns? Watson.
And, you know, I think the team has been good overall. Just some bad decisions and some awkward plays that didn't land.
Some weird penalties, and there you go.
Yeah. But, you know, Packers and stuff, we got a little mini tree, and the only ornament on it is a light up Packers symbol.
That's right. You're goddamn right. And you know what?
It literally fits the whole tree.
Yeah, it is the tree. And is this the earliest we've ever put up a Christmas tree?
I mean, this is really the only tree we've ever had. And
No.
what
No.
are you talking about?
What about that ceramic light up one? That was our tree for 5 years in Brooklyn.
It was. But you know what? Now it's been out the whole year.
Where is it?
It's in the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
In the corner.
It's your like night light.
I'm gonna turn it on tonight. And tonight is a good night. It's not too early. Usually people put up their trees after Thanksgiving. This is like...
Yeah, we've waited long enough, I think.
Yeah.
I think we've waited the appropriate amount of time. It's like a week before Thanksgiving is the time to start decorating for Christmas.
Look, I am so down to start decorating for Christmas in October. But I think that's frowned upon.
I think it should be the day you buy your first Christmas present. That's when you can start decorating.
Wow.
Is that outrageous? Is
I
that
mean...
a new rule?
Yeah.
That is
just
the
start
new
shopping
rule.
all year round and you could have that Christmas cheer.
Oh, see, there's the loophole. No, I don't like that.
I want a permanent Christmas tree. We could decorate it. Look, we can decorate it for all seasons. Like spring, there'll be some like flowers
Easter eggs on it.
Easter eggs, a bunny. Summer. What goes on in the summer?
I don't know. You just put
sun.
like the sun on top as the star.
Yeah. And
well,
then,
technically, the sun is a star. Technically, the sun is a star.
the more you know.
That's right. So, then a pumpkin on top for October.
Yeah, you know, or a leaf, or an apple, or
Ooh,
a pumpkin spice latte.
Right, just like, yeah, a Starbucks cup. I got it.
You know, wrap the tree in a scarf.
And then for Thanksgiving, a turkey that's very obvious, but I would say a cranberry.
Ooh.
Which I bought cranberries today, and this was a test run. Because I'm gonna try to do it, and then for Thanksgiving it'll be perfect.
Right. You have a lemon.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the lemon zest.
Zest.
We have a zester. So yeah,
Put that shit on everything.
I'm looking forward to it, and
I'm looking forward to eating it.
yeah. So we have some work drama.
Yes.
On both accounts.
Buddy.
They're little picky, petty things, which I'm sure everyone goes through at the workplace. Mine, not even really a big deal, just sort of an observation. And in the rare chance that anyone who I'm currently working with is listening to this podcast, first of all, wow.
Hi.
That's fucking awesome. But it's happened before, and I got shit canned. Well, I kind of quit.
You quit before
It was a mutual.
it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I talked
shit.
It
was a decision. A decision.
I talked about a former workplace, and they actually listened to the podcast. To which I say, thanks for the numbers. But anyway, the people that I work with, they're the cooks of the kitchen, and I'm merely the barback, which means I do everything that nobody wants to do.
The middleman.
It is actually a pretty cool job because I get to float around and I get to kind of decide what needs to be done, when it needs to be done. I'm like my own little boss within the place, as long as no one's getting their hair caught on fire and I have to go do that. But other than that, I can kind of decide what I want to do when I want to do it. So it's a perfect job. However, the people that I work with on a very intimate basis, meaning we're standing 5 feet from each other, have a Bluetooth speaker that everyone comes in and hooks up to whenever their shift starts, and they control the music or the podcast or whatever it is that they want to put on. I'm fine with that, because as someone that I can't work without music or a podcast going, I can't even really live life without music or a podcast going. I can't even really have sex without music or Love Line in the background from 1997. But
it's true.
For sure, don't have ads pop up whenever you're controlling the Bluetooth. It used to be whenever you're controlling the aux, like the aux cable. Like, bro, you better be on point whenever someone hands you the aux cable, right?
The pressure of the aux cable.
I mean, like, whenever you're at the cookout, you better have a fucking playlist. You better not...
Plan ahead.
You better not throw some fucking bullshit on, or they're gonna take that little thing right out your phone, right? So, when you're blasting your music or podcast, and then all of a sudden an ad comes on, you lose your rights. You're done. So everyone has their music playing through YouTube, and then an ad comes on. And I'm like, what the? I'm at all. How say you?
I feel the same way. I think it's just what comes with like working with like so many different people. It's like, you would hope they'd be on your level with podcast music and being ad free, of course. But you know, have you ever been on the Bluetooth? Can you be on the Bluetooth?
When I got my first job, well, my first real long-standing job at a place that will not be advertised on this podcast, it was a burger spot in Lafayette, Louisiana. You do the math. But I brought in my own speaker, and I pioneered the music in the background.
Ooh.
And you know what? 0 complaints. In fact, a lot of people came up to me and said, "What song is this? Who is this by?" This was before Shazam. So I was, in fact, an influencer.
Ooh.
Because people to this day still listen to that music that I provided for them while I was scrubbing dishes. Now, I don't care what music you put on because it's your shift. It's your prerogative. But if a fucking Downy ad comes on talking about soft sheets in between your song selection, you're crazy.
It just kind of like it kind of takes you out of
It
the
throws
trance,
off
right?
the whole vibe. Because, okay, let's say, so there's this one guy, and he likes like country, rockabilly type music, right? And fine, that's cool. I can vibe with pretty much any music as long as it's not terrible. And then all of a sudden, a fucking State Farm ad comes on, and you're just like, what the hell is this? And it's also very loud. So,
Yeah, it's like a jump scare. It's like, what, you're cutting up something and then all of a sudden an ad comes and you're like, whoa.
yeah, like, I cut my finger off, I'm gonna sue. State Farm.
Fuck State Farm. No.
Actually, we have State Farm.
We have
Shout
State
out
Farm.
to State Farm. Jake from State Farm.
Jakey.
So what happened at your job that is grinding your gears? Because I think you have a case here. And don't call me Saul, but...
Just call me a housewife because I have all the receipts. Listen, I just feel like, and I did get some advice from an elder about this. I just feel like don't try to outsmart me because it's not gonna happen. I'm too quick and I'm too detailed oriented for this. So anyways, the lady I work for,
if she's listening right now, hello. How say
welcome.
you?
The lady I work for, I think she has it out for me, and I could be paranoid, but I'm not prone to paranoia. I'm prone to vibes and feelings, and I think I'm pretty on point with my intuition here. Ooh.
Yeah, you're that bitch.
Listen. All right, so she has it out for me, and I think she was trying to, like, get a moment, like a gotcha type moment, and it backfired in her face because I have the receipts, okay?
You got timestamps.
I got the receipts, lady. And
So, okay, break it down. So it's
look,
sort of
it's
like
a little complicado.
also not really entertaining. But,
It's not entertaining.
but it's basically just...
Look, she gave me a list. It was on a spreadsheet. She printed it out for me. All right. I did my little checklist. Checked off everything I needed to do. Then the end of the week comes around. And she's like, I think something's wrong with this line on the spreadsheet. Look at it. I look at it, and she added it after she printed the spreadsheet out for me. And so I told her that she did that. And she was trying to get me, saying that I didn't do what I was supposed to do, even though she had added that later. And didn't tell me, so how would I know? Anyways, I had the receipts, and I let her know what was up. And then she awkwardly laughed about it. And then it was just that moment I knew.
How satisfying was it, though, to know that she knew that you knew?
Oh, it was amazing. I walked away and smiled and was just like, fuck yeah. Look, I am the first person to admit if I did something wrong. Whoa, I must have missed this. I'll do it right now. But don't try to tell me I didn't do something when it wasn't even on the list. I digress.
You walked away like Heath Ledger in the nurse outfit when the whole hospital
absolutely
blew up.
That's exactly how I felt. And it was amazing. And look, I'm a New York lady living in a small town in the South. Don't fuck with me, okay? Don't. All right?
I'm not that bitch.
I have to deal with the New York smart asses. I mean, I could deal with, yeah. Hey, yo.
I heard you riding with the same tall, telling them you made some, saying you grinding, but you ain't going nowhere, no, why you procrastinating, girl?
Main girl.
You the main girl. Don't fuck with my girl.
Look, I just don't like people trying to get me. And this has happened to me before when I worked at the school. Again, I've said this plenty of times. Schools are very toxic. It's a very toxic work environment.
People are always trying to get over on each other.
It is insane.
There are cliques. There are fake faces.
Yes. It's awful. And I think if I could survive that, I could pretty much survive anything. And this stunt that happened this past week, nah. Not
gonna be able to do it. Let's move to some news.
Some Bitties news.
So, 2 vintage warplanes collided over an air show in Dallas.
Oh my God, I saw so many videos of this on TikTok. It's awful.
Do you remember when I told you about the Blue Angels?
Yes.
So the Blue Angels, if anybody out there knows, they know. It's like they come to your town, they fly in formation, they do a bunch of tricks. You know, it's
colorful smoke.
Yeah, all that bullshit. So that's what this was, apparently, in Dallas. And they ran into each other.
And so many people were watching and recording it.
Yes, because
it's
a cool thing to watch and to see. So everyone's eyes are fixated. Usually whenever, like, a commercial airline crashes, no one sees the footage. No. I mean, unless it's 9/11. But this... I mean, what? At least 8,000, 10,000 people were filming this while it was happening. And
yeah.
That's just, woo. I mean, at least there were only a few casualties.
True.
At least it didn't
I just feel bad for the people that witnessed it.
Yeah,
It's a little traumatic.
That's jarring. It's like, what? Wait, what? Was this part of the show? Was this supposed to happen?
Is this a stunt? Are they gonna just fly out of the
Yeah,
flames?
yeah. Then they come out in like parachutes and they start doing the Dougie or something. Is that
the dab?
The kids.
I
are
don't
doing? Know. A chain smoking runner made news. Is that Cookie scratching herself? Oh my god! I hope that picked up on the audio.
It was pretty
Jesus
loud.
Christ.
It was like thumper.
Oh my god. All right. So a Chinese man ran a 3-minute and 28-second marathon while chain smoking a pack of cigarettes.
That's how badass.
I mean, how old do you think he looks?
Like 52.
Yeah. Mid-50s. I mean, it's hard to gauge Chinese people. They all look very young, even in their old age. So I could see this guy in his 60s.
Probably. I would say 52, though.
But
I don't know why. He looks 52.
All right. We'll look it up. We'll have our crack staff member, Cookie, over there when she's done scratching her twat. Let's see here. A man got a jump rope stuck in his bladder after shoving it into his penis. So,
A jump rope?
okay. Let's think about this concept. Now, we watch, shout out to the podcast, Your Mom's House.
Oh, God.
Shout out. And by the way, they'll be having a Your Mom's House live with Bobby Lee on December 9th. And me and you will be watching.
Ooh.
But if you've ever watched one of their live shows, they show some very horrific clips that are submitted by people. And
not suitable for work.
It is some of the most disgusting, like, some people vomit.
Like, just think of the most disgusting things ever. Yes.
Okay, so just in this instance, there was someone that stuck a knife inside of their penis hole. So
did that really happen? I must have blocked that out because I can't.
Yeah. So what this guy did was stick a jump rope into his penis and then got it stuck in there. So he not only put it inside of his urethra, he kept going until it got to his bladder. I mean, are we all not going to hell? Are we just like a failed species? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, that was I just don't, like, I mean, I'm not mad, but, like, I just can't see anyone doing that to themselves willingly.
I mean, is that a sexual thing? It has to be, right?
It seems painful.
Like
People like pain, is that what you're saying?
Okay, so I've heard of, I mean, the idea of a butt plug to me is so foreign. I don't even like wiping my own ass, but I have to do it. And God willing, one day I'll have a bidet and we'll be able to solve that situation.
And free.
But I do wipe my ass very well. But that's the only time, aside from the shower, that I like to get in there, right? Because of cleanliness. The idea of some sort of sexual sensation has never even almost crossed my mind. But I understand that there is a large amount of people, that men and women, that enjoy that.
Right.
Good
right,
for them.
Right.
Good for them. But the idea of putting something into your penis hole, which, not to get too graphic, people, but mine is
Oh.
I mean,
Oh.
mine is the average size, I would think, for a penis hole, and to try to wrap my head around shoving something in there bigger than a Q-tip, a lubricated Q-tip, seems
I'm gonna throw up.
not even bizarre, but painful and unimaginable. So a jump rope, which I don't know if you've seen a jump rope,
Pretty thick and long.
because they
a
got
lot.
handles on them, right? So I am just amazed at what the human body can do, and also horrified, and I don't want to live anymore.
Hey, I mean, if men could give birth, it's coming out their penis hole, okay?
It's true.
So,
it's true.
Things can happen.
Yeah, that's one of the famous love line calls is yeah, this girl I'm going out with, she has a 3-year-old, and I'm just wondering why she's so loose. Like, is it because she had a kid? And then Dr. Drew's always like, no. Like, do you think that her vagina just stayed open like that? Like, it's designed to open up for a baby with a head the size of a bowling ball to come through it, and then for it to go back to its normal form. Now,
A bowling ball?
yeah, it's like,
No.
that's the average size of a kid's head when it comes
An
through.
infant's head is the size of a bowling ball.
All
Your
right.
head is almost the size of a bowling ball.
All right. Well, I came out as a finished
I would
product.
say Bosco's head
No.
is the
No.
size of an infant's head.
No. No fucking way. Look that up. Look that up.
Look it up. What am I Googling?
Siri.
What am I Googling?
Siri. What is the average size head of an infant? Say it. Siri, what is the average size head of an infant?
Here's what I found from healthlink.com. The average head circumference at birth is about 34 centimeter, 13.5 in.
So 13 inches around.
Right. That's not a lot.
That's the circumference.
That's not a lot. Where's your measuring tape?
I don't know. But
Exactly.
it's bigger than Bosco's head. That's for goddamn sure. All right, moving on. 1 out of every 179 Americans will eventually be murdered if the crime rate continues, the current crime rate. So, someone's going to murder you before you die of natural causes,
Yikes.
based on the statistics. How say you, Maddie?
I'm terrified.
Natural causes, an accident, suicide, whatever it is.
I just want to stay home and never go anywhere ever because it's very scary.
Well, with Amazon Prime, you can literally do that and work from home.
And then I'll become a loaf.
Yep, well, there's that. Larsa Pippen. Do you know of this woman?
Yeah, Real Housewives of Miami.
So,
And Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
right. So, Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan famously played together for the Chicago Bulls.
The
Chicago
Bulls.
during their epic run in the 90s. And Larsa Pippen, Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, is now dating Michael Jordan's son. How say you, Maddie?
I think I did see this, and it's kind of funny, actually.
Is it the weirdest thing maybe ever?
It's a little weird, yes.
She probably
but also
was the babysitter for him. Could you imagine that?
listen. It's weird when you talk about kids' ages. I mean, if you're all adults, you're all adults, okay? Look, when I was 13, you were 18. That's weird, Jesse.
Yeah, but at that
That's
time,
weird.
I wasn't pursuing you when I was 18.
I'm just saying, it's
I was
weird.
pursuing 14-year-olds, not 13-year-olds.
Yeah. I mean, I hope she didn't babysit this kid.
That would be fucked up. But it's not even really the age thing. It's more...
Well, how old is Michael Jordan's son?
I don't
Is he
know.
like in his 30s? Because that's different.
No. Well, maybe like late...
Let me see. We need a
Siri,
fact checker.
how old is Michael Jordan's son?
Here's some information.
He's 31. 34. Jeffrey Jordan.
Well, how old is Larsa Pippen? See, we're not doing the math here.
How old is Larsa Pippen?
Scottie Pippen is 57 years old.
How old is Larsa Pippen?
Scottie Pippen is 57 years old.
I hate you, Siri.
No problem.
Asshole.
She is something else, this woman.
So, it doesn't matter the age. It's more about Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
Well, are they best friends?
Not really.
All right, so what's the problem here?
It makes it more shady. Like,
Well, you think Scottie Pippen's like, yeah.
I don't know what anyone's thinking. I really don't have a take on this. I'm just putting it out there for everyone to know that doesn't know because it's so weird.
It's a little strange, but,
It seems like...
Larsa has to get that check. Okay? Housewives are not paying the bills. And our OnlyFans probably are paying the bills, but she needs more.
Moving on. You got one?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to run down all the shitty names that Elon Musk has been called.
Oh, yes.
Ever since his Twitter drama.
Well, will Twitter survive this podcast?
Probably not.
Will it be shut down by Monday?
I hope so. Well, first, the Twitter drama started with, I think, Elon put out this thing where everyone could be verified.
For $8 a month, you can have a blue check.
And so people went crazy, started pretending they were big companies.
Yeah, like KFC tweeted something out like...
Pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, we don't use real chickens.
Yeah,
or
I saw that.
all kind of shit.
Someone did a pharmaceutical company that said, insulin will now be free.
Right,
and then they had to
stock dropped.
They had to make a statement and said, actually, no, this is not true.
Right.
Which also just makes them just even more shitty, which is funny. And then, so that, I think, has been removed or taken away. A whole bunch of crazy shit. Elon has let go a lot of Twitter employees. And, people are just really upset. So, this, outside of the Twitter headquarters, people have been projecting images onto the building. And, this one just says Elon Musk. And then all these names, which are really funny, which I will Read off really quickly. Supreme parasite. Petulant pimple. Insecure colonizer. Petty racist. Space Karen.
Wow, I like that one.
Dictator's ass kisser. Mediocre man-child. And worthless billionaire. Which I really agree with that last one strongly.
That's a pretty good one.
And also Space Karen was very funny.
Space Karen and mediocre man-child. I think he's like that kid that starts a game in school and then like when it's not going his way, he changes the rules. He's like, wait, no, now we can't do that anymore. No, now this is like until I
like,
win.
It's like, okay, we're gonna play tag, and then he keeps getting tagged, and he's like, all right, we're gonna play no tag backs now because
right, or it has to be double tag. You have to do it with two hands. Like he keeps
like makes it impossible.
He's
awful guy.
I wanted to like him. I really did. He was on Joe Rogan. I thought, hey, you know what?
That's a red flag in itself.
Well, there have been many red flags as guests on Joe Rogan show. And I love Joe Rogan. But there is a real issue with this guy where he is power hungry and autistic, which is a bad combination. I mean, if you are going to have any sort of money, power, fame, and influence, you can't be also autistic because you're going to do crazy shit.
I don't think it has to do with his autism. I think he's just letting his ego get the best of him. And he can go fuck off.
But he's hot though, right?
This is expected of a guy that looks like this guy with billions of dollars.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wish him all the best
This
of
is
luck.
like Revenge of the Nerds hardcore, and it's not fun.
I saw something where somebody said, like, I hope Elon takes over Fox News next. Like, so,
That would be hilarious.
because then,
But also awful, too.
But
and speaking of Fox News, he also brought back Donald Trump's Twitter account.
oh yeah,
Which is
he put it to a poll, which does not bode well because moving into the next story, Donald Trump has, in fact, entered the 2024 presidential race. And
all those people that brought those 2024 flags, you got your money's worth.
yeah, I guess so. That's true. But
I hope you burn it when he loses, though. Ah!
yeah, I think even some of his biggest supporters from his last campaign have backed out on him.
And you know what? Look, I don't really know. But I haven't seen a lot of those 2024 flags.
Even around Lafayette.
And we saw them a lot. Like,
Yep.
in our everyday travels.
And this is a
And I
Trump heavy...
Have not seen them.
This is a Trump heavy area that we live in. And we just went and voted. And our votes didn't make a dent in what the agenda is around here. So
I wanted Gary Chambers Jr.
yeah, what are you gonna do? Moving to Arizona. A man was arrested on DUI charges while driving with an owl in his car.
Wait, he got the DUI because of the owl?
I don't think so. I think it was because of his driving.
He just happens to have an owl, and it just makes things even worse.
According to the police, the driver claimed he illegally bought the owl for $100 from a person at a gas station. The gas station attendant told him they'd found the owl on the side of the road. The unidentified man was charged with aggravated DUI, possession of methamphetamine, and possession, transport, and purchase of wildlife.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the owl is currently under the care of Arizona Game and Fish, which is treating the animal for minor injuries.
Well,
do you think he gave the owl methamphetamines? Yes or yes?
I hope not. But also, what happened to the gas station attendant? Like, what? Were they charged in anything? The gas station attendant was, like, trying to get a buck. And... what the hell?
That's an interesting wrinkle. I didn't even think about.
It's like, you sold him in the first place to a meth head.
Yo, how much for the owl? I got $100 right now here in cash. Let's do it right now.
I was gonna get the blue stuff, but...
Oh, I need a Red Bull, too.
An owl sounds better. I can make him do tricks. Yeah, that owl's gonna eat you while you're sleeping.
Yeah, any bird, I think, is a dinosaur. And although I've seen very cute videos of them playing basketball and cuddling, I don't trust all birds.
Yeah, birds are unpredictable. And they got talons. I mean, our cats have talons, but birds have talons.
Yeah.
Meant for murder.
Wow.
Murder talons.
Moving on. The Harvey Weinstein trial continues. And Jennifer Seibel Newsom, wife of California Governor Gavin Newsom, asked to fake an orgasm in court during the trial.
I would sue the court.
Well, she balked when defense attorney Mark Worksman asked her how she indicated her pleasure during the alleged 2005 incident at the Peninsula Hotel in Beverly Hills, where she claims Harvey Weinstein raped her. To which she replied, "This is not When Harry Met Sally. I'm not doing that."
That is bizarre. That is the most
I wouldn't even
bizarre thing ever.
Like, even Saul Goodman wouldn't pull that shit in court.
Saul Goodman would be like, objection.
Ma'am, can you describe to the court how you reached climax with Mr. Weinstein?
Also, it's a rape.
Yeah.
Do the math, people, okay? Do the math. And do some research as well. Whoever lawyer asked that question, jail. Just go to jail. Put yourself in jail. Admit yourself to jail right now.
Yeah, that's a bit much. A super smart Russian kid claims to be from Mars, and his parents believe him. Boriska Kipriafovich from Russia has impressed scientists ever since he was a kid for being super intelligent. However, he believes he spent his day-to-day life on the planet Mars before being reborn to a human mother on Earth. His mom has been amazed by his smartness and says without even teaching him anything about space, he would, from his very childhood, talk about Mars, space, and alien civilization.
All I gotta say is get your ass to Mars.
I mean,
That's all I gotta say.
what are the possibilities that Earth is, in fact, a harvest zone for just send people there? We have other civilizations. We have past lives. We have, I mean, this kind of thing, because whenever you see what is it called? A prodigy, right? Where like they're fucking 3 years old and they can play Beethoven back and front,
Right.
in every single key, and how would they know how to do this? Other than they lived a past life, or they're an alien. Like I look at it like with LeBron James, like he's a fucking alien. Like some people are just really good. Doesn't make sense. Something's off about them. But they're really good.
I just feel like I believe that, but I also feel like Earth is just a blip in this galaxy, in the universe in general. I mean, there's other blips of civilization in other places. Like, obviously, it's crazy to think that we're the only ones.
Well, it's very narcissistic to think that we're the only ones.
We're just living in this world, and we gotta focus on this world because this world sucks, and it's the only one that we know as a people. And I'm sure other blips, planets with civilization are dealing with their own shit as well. It's like we can't be the only ones. We just haven't reached those places.
And how uneasy does that make you feel, Madeline?
It doesn't make me feel uneasy. It doesn't at all. Like, it just makes me... I think of it, this way. And this actually brings me comfort. So, I play The Sims. We know this. And...
I'm sorry, what is this Sims you speak of?
The Sims is a game where you create people and control them in this type of world that they live in. So, in The Sims, you can play one world and create multiple families and people in that world. But you can also play a second world where it looks exactly the same, but it doesn't have those same people that you created in the first world. Like, it's just the same world, but different people, different civilization, like different types of living beings. I don't know why that brings me comfort. I don't know why.
But the thought of death and moving on to one of those different worlds, is that possible? Is that something...
I think that's possible because obviously, I mean, I don't know what happens after we die, but if we, I don't know, come back as a different person, it could be in a different world. And I feel like that's kind of exciting, to be honest.
I mean, it's better than heaven or hell, right?
It's just like we keep rotating. And we may not come back on this earth, but we can come back on another planet with a totally different civilization of living beings that look different than we do.
Yeah. It's a real Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah, I like that. Doesn't that make you feel good? I hate thinking about death in the sense where
finalization.
Yeah, everything's final and you don't know what's going to happen, but coming back in a totally different planet, that seems interesting. With the knowledge you have from this planet.
Possibly. Yeah.
Possibly.
And maybe that explains deja vu. But again, scientists have sort of written that off. But there are times where I feel like I've been doing this already. Or I've done it before.
Yeah.
And it only lasts for maybe 6 seconds, but it's profound.
Yes.
Something that I have never imagined that I've done is having sex in a classroom.
That's tough.
An 8th grade teacher in Arizona and her husband have lost their school jobs after they recorded an OnlyFans video in her classroom.
After hours.
She claimed...
Or in the morning.
She claimed it was necessary as a side hustle to supplement their low salaries.
Agreed. Okay? That's fine. You want to do whatever you want to do on the side. Okay, but don't jeopardize your day job. In the meantime, I mean, that sounds so stupid.
Very reckless. You could definitely pull it off if you knew the right janitor and you knew his hours.
Right. And who's watching this that figured this out? You little nasty. You nasty.
Yeah. It's
Was it the principal?
Ooh.
Was it the janitor?
Nah, because
Was it the PE coach?
See, the principal's the
Who
first...
was this a parent?
Ooh.
Oh.
A Carent?
Wow.
Did I just make that up? Or is that already something?
A Karen. A Karen parent.
Yeah. A Carent.
I like it.
All right. Shocking news and breaking news and, I mean, tragic news. Qatar is hosting the World Cup. And moments ago, they announced they will not be serving alcohol during the World Cup. Which...
Boring.
I mean, I'm just...
Boring.
Soccer in itself is a very slow-paced game. Maybe the most goals you'll see on average is about 5. That's... I mean, some games...
And then you want to drink after that goal.
You want to drink during the entire game because it's so slow-paced. It's so hit or miss. And there's more enjoyment when you're, buzzed up. Right? So the fact that they pulled it right, like, it starts tomorrow, I think. Or today, or yesterday,
yeah, so
whenever.
You sold tickets on false pretenses, assholes. I would ask for a refund, and then go, and not go.
Well, what about all the people that have already? They have hotels booked, and they're coming in from all different countries, and they're gonna do it up big. But now you can't drink during the game. The fuck is this? I want a refund.
Refund now.
And to finish up, speaking of alcohol, CNN has decided they will cut down on the alcohol footage and intake for this year's New Year's party which is usually hosted by Mr. Andy Cohen and Anderson
Cooper.
Sorry. I'm thinking of different areas.
Cowan.
So, one of my main favorite things of watching New Year's Eve, it's not the ball dropping. It's not the crazy fans.
Nope.
It's not the shitty music performances. It's Anderson and Andy taking shotskis.
Getting shit-faced. It's New Year's. Like, let loose. Who was the Karen that complained about this? Because let the news reporters let loose. And it's not just Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen getting drunk. It's all the reporters all over the state at parties.
Yeah, they're like,
drunk.
all right, we're going to Arizona.
Fun.
We're going to fucking, Nebraska.
New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans. Oh, we're taking shots. Da, 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 da.
Like, that shit is funny.
Yeah.
And, like, they deserve to, like, let loose. Like, it's New Year's. You should be celebrating responsibly, obviously, but also you should be celebrating.
Yeah, none of those people are driving home that night. They're all booked up at a hotel or getting Ubers to a hotel, and everyone watching is drinking, unless you're a sober person, which I feel bad for you. But the point is, it's supposed to be a good time, and whenever you see people who are news anchors and or hosts of celebrity shows having fun, letting it loose, and taking shots, it puts you in a good mood. And it's the new year, and it's supposed to be a fun time.
Yes, we're supposed to be celebrating the new year and celebrating that we made it through this year. Every year is a blessing.
So fuck you, CNN. I said it.
Well, I did see that Andy Cohen said that he responded about this because it was an article like some magazine made about the drinking on these New Year's Eve shows. And Andy Cohen said basically fuck you, and we're gonna go harder and we're just gonna have fun.
Wow. Well,
which is really funny to me.
See, this is when the backlash of something like this will end up making it worse. Because whenever you're not allowed to drink...
Oh, you said don't drink?
Oh, guess what? Whenever you're showing Lizzo's dumbass playing the flute, I'm gonna be taking some shots when I'm not on the fucking camera. And then, when I'm allowed to take my little shot, I'll take it. And then, when I'm not on camera again, I'm gonna take another shot. Because this is how I fucking do it, bitch.
Go harder. Go to sleep.
Bless you, Bitty.